Jonathan, and welcome to Barely Unboxed. And today is my last Halloween video, so I'm wearing my ultimate outfit. I am a fairy today. I love fairies, always have, ever since I was a kid, and I wanted to dress up as one to just show how much I love them, and also because I just got these wings recently and they are amazing. They're made by an artist friend of mine, Desiree Anderson on Instagram, and I'll put a link down to her Instagram so you can go check out her work. She's amazing. I also just got this awesome mushroom hat, so had this vest for a long time. It's one of my favorite pieces that I own. So anyway, as you can see, I have all of these toys I want to unbox today, and this is sort of a get to know me video. So I've already started out telling you how much I love fairies, and I've actually been an artist for most of my life. And before we unbox these, I'd like to show you some of my work because I'm very proud of what I have made, and especially in most recent years. So, to start off, we have my little rabbit guy right here. And he is posable. His ears are even posable, and his arms and his feet. And he has a little tail. And this is one of my favorite things I've ever made. I've only made the one. I keep wanting to make more. I've had people ask me to make them. But I was so busy with work at the time that I just couldn't do it. So I'm hoping eventually the YouTube thing will take off a bit and help with my income, and I can relax and start working on more artwork. But, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. He's always on display, and he's always participating in each holiday. For Halloween, I usually have him holding this little creepy jack-o'-lantern, which I also made, and he likes to hold that. And see, well, here we go. So he likes to hold that for Halloween. We'll just put him right here. I just recently made this little guy. He is called a pumpkin imp. And let me see if I can get a close up. There you go. He is very cute. He's probably one of my favorite things I've made in general. My camera does not want to focus though. There we go. There's a good look at him. So we'll put him here. And then another thing that I made is this little... Well, luckily this one in particular and the rabbit are made out of a flexible polymer clay called Cause Clay. It's amazing stuff. And so he's very flexible. This little guy is just made out of normal polymer clay, so he's very, very stiff. But this is based off of Legend of Zelda. Has the little Koroks. That's kind of my own little version. He has a little butt. And I've made a couple of these and sent one to one of my best friends. I call her my beastie. She's also an artist, and she's taught me a lot of things. I take her workshops. Her name is Hawthorne Lindsay Smith, which I'll put a link to her Instagram also down here. And then this is one of my signature trolls. I love making trolls. And this guy, he has his own little staff. He also is posable. His ears are posable. And he's also made out of Cause Clay, so he's flexible. He can grasp things. He has a tail, which is also posable. And a lot of my work, pretty much everything you see here except for the rabbit, has glow-in-the-dark features, which I will try to take a picture of those and I'll insert it here so you can see that. But yeah, this guy, he's one of my favorites. Alright, so you guys are going to go back over here for the time being. And then we can get to unboxing, which I think I need to adjust my video real quick, and I'm going to move these out of the way so we can concentrate on one thing at a time. And I actually got all these toys except for these 2 boxes on clearance. So this is sort of like a clearance monster Halloween get to know me video. So let me adjust this and we'll be right back. Alright, so we got the camera readjusted and we are back. So I found tons of clearance stuff recently. So I picked up another one of these Shadow High costume ball, and it's the Rainbow Vision costume ball. And this one is Lola Wild, and I got her at Walmart for only $27. Normally these are $37.88, which is a little pricey, I think, for what you get, but you know, that's why I picked it up on clearance. I was glad that I found her. I now have all 3 of the dolls. I opened her in a previous video this month. Now her I'm waiting to open until around Christmas time because I think she's like gonna make a beautiful snow fairy, and I'll probably use her as a Christmas decoration in my home. So this is the packaging. These are special edition. These came out last year. Here is the barcode if you need it. There you go. So that's one thing I got. And the other things I got are also all on clearance. But we're going to go ahead and open her. And she doesn't take a lot of effort to open. Luckily, let's see, where's the tape? Trying to remember how this opens. Oh yeah, from the side. So there's just the one piece of tape, oddly enough. But you know what, let's open it from this side without the Velcro closure. It'll be a little easier. Now, I love clearance. I find clearance stuff quite often. Okay, there she is without the plastic in the way, so you can get a better look. Now, clearance is like my best friend. I used to work for Hasbro, so I would go into a lot of Targets and Walmarts. That was where I would go into work as a merchandiser. And I would find clearance all the time. So after I was done working, I'd pick things up that I wanted for my collection. And that's actually when I started collecting Rainbow High and Shadow High dolls. Like, I collected a lot of them around that time. And then my collection kept growing. And they are one of my favorite things to collect. I started out with collecting Barbies. I was buying a lot of the mermaid ones, and I really like the Barbie Color Reveal dolls, especially the mermaids, and I bought a couple of those when the first series came out, and then when the second series came out, I ended up getting the whole series because I love the whole Barbie Color Reveal aspect. I think it's so much fun. Sometimes the way they work is you fill up a tube with water, and then the doll goes in and reveals itself, and the water sometimes is very satisfying, like a lava lamp almost effect. And I really love that. And I actually have one of the newer color reveal Barbie dolls that I'll be unboxing next month. So look for that video. Alright, so sometimes I cut away and come back when I'm done unboxing them. But this one doesn't have like a lot of extra clothing or accessories and stuff. So I'm using my scissors, excuse my hand, so I can cut all these plastic fasteners in her head. And so anyway, Barbie is definitely what got me into collecting dolls recently. I used to only collect action figures for the most part. And one of the first collector Barbie dolls I bought is an Irish Barbie, which you can see her. She is right there. And I found her secondhand at a really cool toy store that sells old retro toys and newer toys, and it's really in comic books, and they have everything. It's a really cool store. I'd love to do a video tour of them someday, and I'll have to see if they'll allow me to record to show it to you guys, and that would be a really fun video. And maybe I pick something up there, bring it home, and then we unbox it together. That would be fun. They have a lot of action figures mostly. They did have a huge Barbie collection, and I went in because I wanted to buy one that they had, and I was waiting, holding off to buy it, and I really shouldn't have, because I went in and someone had came in and bought every single Barbie that they had. Because I asked, I was like, what happened to all the Barbies? And the person working there said they were all bought. So, but it's in a nearby town, and let's see, what are they called? They're called Boba Khan Toys. So it's like Boba Fett and Khan from Star Trek. So here she is out of the box, and she is so pretty, so cute. And I love this curled hair. Look at that. That's really cool. So they have her hands fastened to her dress. So let me just try to pull these out. And there's fur, so it's kind of hard to cut those without cutting the fur. Now, I didn't read the back of the box, so let me read that real quick. Or not the back, but her description. Her name is Lola Wild. She is literally bringing out the claws for the Rainbow Vision costume ball. She's a cosmetology focus, and eye-catching nail art is where she really shines. And if you look at her nails, they have like a pink and white gradient kind of thing going on. So that's pretty cool. And they're really long. But yeah, she has these cat ears, which are really cute. And her shoes have like these claw kind of detail to them. And she has like fur. I love her. She is very cute. And she does come with a stand. That's one thing I love about Rainbow High and Shadow High dolls is most of them come with a stand. Some of the newer, the junior high ones don't, which I don't collect the junior high, mainly for that reason. And also because a lot of them are the same characters. And so I didn't get her other hand pulled off of her outfit. These are really hard to get off. Okay. We'll have to try to pull that out some other time because you can't even see the plastic really, so I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. So there is Lola, and let's get a close look up at her face. She has a really, really pretty face with freckles and eye makeup. And her eyes are really pretty too. They're like a reddish brown, which is really cool. Alright, so let's put her up here. She does also come with the comb, which is standard for the Rainbow High and Shadow High dolls. Alright, next, let's open one of these little boxes. So these actually weren't on clearance, but I did get this one on sale, 30% off at Hot Topic. I collect some of these. I already have that little green one, but I have it from a different set. His name is Soot. These are called Little Embers, and these ones are called Little Burnt Embers. Man, my camera does not want to focus on that. There we go. Little Burnt Embers. It shows you all the ones that you can get. There's Ash and Sparks, Flames, Cinder, and Soot. I'm hoping for a different one than Soot, even though these are a little different. And I'll read the back. It says, when sitting in front of a friendly fire, maybe with a cup of cocoa wrapped in a cozy blanket on a winter's night, or perhaps roasting marshmallows with friends around a summer campfire, there's a moment when the flames die down, leaving the logs glowing red. Then you hear it, a slight crackle as a spent log falls apart and embers fly up into the air. That is the moment when little baby embers are born. You may not see them as they play in the hearth covered in soot, but remember, they are there before you go poking about in the ashes. And if you are lucky, you might see a puff of a dragon's kiss. So, put that over here. That's something different. But let's go ahead and open this up. And these are blind bags, so it does feel like a different one than the one I have. Oh, I got the purple one. And he's all burnt because they're little burnt embers, so they have like char on them. And I got Cinder. Okay, that is adorable. They're cute. Their eyes are actually a little shiny. So we'll put that right there. And I will show you the other one. It's just right here. So, having wings. Could you imagine having wings in real life? I would fold them up if they were real, though. So this is Soot from the original set. So he's not all blackened, and we'll just put him here with his friend for now. All right, so the next thing I have, and these are all kind of keeping in the theme of Halloween. We have someone in a costume, and this is someone else in a costume. This is the Barbie Cutie Reveal series. I found this at Ross, which, there's the Ross price tag, which, God, this camera is really not wanting to focus. I had an update for Android recently, and I feel like it changed the camera. Everything is in the wrong place, so I cannot get that to focus. So I'll just tell you, it was $11.99. Comparable price on here is $17. So these are packaged in a way that you know that you're getting the tiger. So we are going to get this tiger. And it comes with 10 surprises and a pet. And there is water play, which I did not get any water. So we're probably not going to do that today. I normally do. I do like to show you the aspects of everything. So I might do that at the end. I can put some photos of it in for you. So the thing with these is they are in a costume, and they also come with a bunch of blind bags. Now, tigers are pretty awesome. This is a weird pink and orange tiger. I do like the head. It's very cute. And it has a pink paw and an orange paw on the hands and then on the feet. So that's pretty cool. Now these Barbies are articulated, which it does say here. It says posable doll. And then those were the other ones that you can get, and there is the UPC if you need the UPC, and it shows you all the things that are going to be in these blind bags right here. So we'll go ahead and put the lid back on that. Now these, what you do with them is, and they stand really well, so there is that. So that's kind of cool. So they come with this instruction manual that shows all the other ones. So the first thing you do is you reveal your doll. And so here we go. You ready? There we go. There's our doll. And she, unfortunately, has a serious wonk eye. From this angle, it doesn't look too bad. And the hair on these is always very greasy. I think they put something on it so that it wraps up in the head. But yeah, unfortunately, she has crazy wonk eye. And that's sad. It's not the pixelated face. It's the better looking face. And her hair, despite being sort of greasy, feels really nice and soft. Alright, so let's take the rest of this off. You know, I sent Mattel a message one time because I got one of these dolls and it had really, really, really bad wonk face. Like, its eye was just so off. And they actually sent me a free doll. So, just so you know that you could do that. I don't know how many times they would do it. I think they did ask for photographs, just so they're not getting people doing it all the time. And then these pants come off. And these Cutie Reveal dolls always have molded on painted underwear, which I actually really like, to be honest. A lot of Barbie dolls have underwear, but it's not painted. So, and as you can see, this is the articulation, is the knee can turn and go back. And then she does have a ball jointed leg that can go up and down like that. So you can sit them on a shelf. I mean, they would work that way. Oops, I'm bumping everything. They have elbow articulation just like the knee. And the arms also go all the way around on a ball joint. And then the head can tilt and go all the way around. So for a doll for, $12 at Ross, or even $17 elsewhere, they're often on sale at Target too. It's a good deal because most Barbies do not have any articulation. So sometimes I do swap their heads with a fully articulated made to move body, but I won't be doing that with her because she does have that crooked eye, unfortunately. Let's see if you can get a better look. But yeah, you can totally see she has one eye that's a little off. So these are made so you could actually see her makeup because of it being a little cold in here. But if I warm this up with my fingers, then you can see that she no longer has the stars on her cheeks And her lips are a pale pink now, which I think looks a lot better, to be honest. So, all right. So the other thing you do with these is you take their animal coat and you can turn it inside out. And sometimes you might need a little help, which probably scissors aren't the best thing to use for this, so I wouldn't suggest that. Maybe use a pen or a pencil, but as long as you're careful. And obviously if you're a young kid that's asked your parents if you can watch this video, then you can have them help you do this if you need help. So there you go. You turn the jacket inside out, and it's like almost a tie-dye fur rainbow jacket. So the feet you can put away unless you want to keep the doll in her animal outfit. I'm also going to put the pants in there. Now the head we will leave out for a second. And then we have 4 blind eggs, and I think this is the pet. So there's the little tiger pet. It's very cute. Tiger stripes don't really look like that, but you know, its head does turn. Now the eyes have been cold activated because it is a little cold in here. But if you rub them with your heat, then they close their eyes. And they want you to do that with hot and cold water, but it's much easier to just do it with temperature. And here's her boots and some glasses. She has orange cowboy boots. Those are really cute. And she has pink cat eye glasses. And then what is this? Oh, this is her comb, which is kind of new. I don't think I've seen this star-shaped comb, and it does say Barbie on it. You can kind of see that. And then on the other side it has a sponge, which you can use with the water for the hot and cold. So you would put the water on it and then you could go like that. And on the cat too. Alright, so we don't really need the comb at the moment. Well, I might want to comb her hair out. They don't work the best for that, but... So this is the last item, which is a skirt. And it's like a animal print skirt, but oddly enough, not tiger. That is a cheetah print. So that's kind of weird. And then these do have flat feet. And speaking of flat feet, I finally watched the Barbie movie last night, and I will say it was very weird for someone who likes Barbie, but I did enjoy it. It had a really heartfelt message. There was a couple times where I found myself feeling a little emotional, and I'm dropping things. My wings are totally going to knock something over at some point. Alright, so these boots, they have the B on them. So I think, I don't know if these go, they don't obviously have a right or a left, it doesn't seem like. Yeah. So these dolls, sometimes, depending on their footwear and whether they're top heavy, you can sometimes get them to stand up, but I don't think these boots are going to work to stand her up. Alright, so the jacket, then you put the jacket back on and you've turned it inside out. And I do have some of the other color reveal, or not color, cutie reveal. Color reveal was their original thing. Now, it does help that they are articulated, so it's easier to get jackets and shirts and things on. A lot easier. And I believe that hair is saran. It doesn't feel very doesn't feel like polypropylene. Alright, so luckily she does come with sunglasses so you can hide her crooked eye. And you know, it's okay. Not everyone is perfect. In fact, nobody is perfect out there. I mean, we all have our differences and our flaws, but we also are all beautiful people. So there she is with her outfit on. I'm trying to get her to stand. Yeah, she does not want to stand. So if you want to display her, you would have to prop her up or use a stand. So this head, you can flip around, and it can be used as like a little bed for the animal to sleep in, because his eyes are closed now. So we're going to put that away, and then let's see. Her hair is a little tangled, so you got to be really careful about combing or brushing it. But sometimes when you comb it out, that kind of oiliness to it goes away. I would have liked for her to have had orange in her hair. That would have been really cool, because she does have the pink and she has black. So there we go. Alright, so put the comb away, and we'll put instructions back in here. And this we'll just keep here to prop her up. So we can move on to our next toy. I think. I don't know. She still doesn't want to really stand up. And then there's her tiger. Alright, so next thing, I got this at Barnes & Noble. Up front by the registers, they always have these little boxes with all kinds of different things, and a lot of them are based on books or movies or whatever, cartoons. This one is a book that you can get a full-size book of. But this comes with a little figurine of the character from the book, and it's called Monster Needs a Costume. It comes with a mini book and a bendable figure. Here is the barcode. And let's see. Oh, and then I'll show you the back. Kind of gives you a little picture of what the monster will look like. And I picked this up because I love monsters, and I knew I was going to be doing my Monster Mash videos, and I tried to wanted to work it in somewhere. Oh my god, he's adorable. So let's put this box right here. Alright, and he comes in a plastic bag. And he is made out of bendable rubber, so they'll have like posable arms. Yep, his arms move up, his tail moves. That is really cute. It looks like something I might make myself. Oh, he's adorable. And I love his colors. He has purple hair, he has a little purple goatee. That's really cute. And then we have his little book, which doesn't look very long, and it looks like it might be the full book, and it shows him trying on lots of different costumes, including a ballerina outfit. And you can see how big he is in that kitchen. He's a really big monster. That is really cute. I won't read the book to you because that would take forever, but I'll show you some of the pictures. Alright, so we'll just put the book here, and we'll put the little monster with it. Nice. So, the last thing I want to open is something that I think I mentioned in previous videos. I do collect He-Man, Masters of the Universe figures. I don't normally collect the Masterverse figures. I was, and I still have a bunch of them in a box that I've never opened. I've never opened a single one. But I got this on clearance at Target normally $32.99. I got it for $16.49, so it was like 50% off. And he's Whiplash. And Whiplash is like my favorite character from He-Man. So I had to pick him up because I love him. I love this character. Alright, so Whiplash is one of my favorite characters, and at a clearance price, I had to pick him up to add him to my collection. I have the original Whiplash, which I don't have with me, but I will show you some pictures of them side by side. I mainly collect the older figures if I can get them at a good price, which is really hard to do. And then I also collect the Origins He-Man figures, which those ones I really like because they look like the old school ones. So the way you would open these is from the bottom. It just opens right up. And before I discard the box though, let me show you the back. It has really cool artwork of Whiplash, and then it shows all the other characters that you can get from this wave. And these are part of the new Eternia wave, which are sort of like reimagined versions of the character, but the way they package most of them is that you can turn them into their original character, and there is the barcode, which you might actually still be able to order this from Target, but it probably won't be on clearance unless you go into a store to look for him. I've noticed that with Target is a lot of times stores clear out what they have because they're getting in new stuff. And they don't have to do that online because they have their warehouse. So this guy does have some things holding him in, but the weapons don't look like, the weapons just pop right out. And the torch. And he has a tail that does bend. It has a wire in it. Well, that's pretty cool. The original tail was rubbery, and it would, you could whip it. You could like twist him, and then he'd whip his tail. And then this is his weapon, which is based off of his original version. This one actually comes with, oh, it's so loud. Let me get him out of here, and I'll be right back. This is so loud. Alright, so we got him out of the package. It was a little bit of a struggle, especially to get his extra hands out. So he does come with extra fists, because right now he has the gripping hands. So he does come with these two fists. There we go. They look like Hulk fists. His tail you have to attach, and it does have just a peg and a hole, and that goes right in. Now he has tons of articulation. His feet move up and down. They swivel around. His boot swivels. His knees have double articulation. He has a ball joint at the hip, but his leg can also turn. The detail on this figure is really nice. So his hands go up and down and around. The bracers are separate, so you could actually take those off. He has the double articulation in the elbow. He has a bicep and shoulder ball joint. His head is also on a ball joint. And then he has like the ab crunch, and it can turn. And then for him to stand, you're going to have to bend his tail like that, which looks a lot like his original version. So he can hold the axe. These hands are not very rubbery, so you do have to kind of work it a bit to get that in there. He also has this torch, which you can take the fire off, and it just looks like an unlit torch, which I have to admit is pretty dang cool. And it is painted too, so that he can also hold. And he has a helmet and armor and a belt that all are removable. Because probably the way I will display him is probably going to be as his original look. And I really like his face too. He has a really cool looking face. If my camera would focus on him. Been having a lot of issues with camera focusing. So, come on, camera. We're right here. Right here, camera. There we go. Alright, so let's transform him. We'll get rid of this axe and the torch. And I'll try taking one of the hands off, but I do want him to be able to hold this. So we'll take off the left hand. And as you can see, the bracer comes right off. And then you just pop the new hand, or the other hand, right in. There we go. And yeah, as his original look, he does not have the bracers, I don't think, so I'm taking those off because those bracers kind of match everything, but I could be wrong. You know, he's my favorite character, yet I'm having a hard time remembering what he looks like. I don't think it shows on here, does it? Oh, it does. Okay, so he does have the bracers in his original look, so we'll put those back on because they do match the boots. This artwork is really cool, and I really wish my camera would focus on it. Hey, camera. There we go. So, let's put those bracers back on. These hands are a little, especially this right hand, is a little tough to get in and out. And I'm almost worried if you do that enough times it could break the peg, because the peg is on part that rotates, so that could be a problem. So now the helmet, I found out when I took him out of the box, pops right off, so that's pretty cool. And we don't need these hands at the moment, we will need this. So to get this belt off, it does have, you might have to take the tail off. Yeah, the tail comes right out. So the belt does have part that you can push through, and it comes right off. So that's cool. And then underneath he has his signature orange belt, and then this harness is the same way. It has straps on both sides that you can just pull through, which a lot of He-Man figures have these, even in the Origins and even in the original line. Now to get the harness over his head, you have to pop the head off, which comes off really easily. And then we'll just pop that back on. And then give him his spear. And give him his tail back. And I always thought it was weird, his tail is not connected to his butt. But from behind it looks okay. That looks cool. And from the front. And maybe we can like bend this in a cool way. So get him hunched over. There we go. There's a cool look for him. That's a really cool looking figure. I am really glad I got this one. So I figure there are going to be some Masterverse figures I want to keep, like probably Battle Cat. I just haven't opened him up yet. And He-Man. I have like a retro looking He-Man. So we might have to do that. And so there's all his accessories, and there's him. There we go. That's a good shot. Well, that was a fun video, and I hope you enjoyed meeting my characters. I'll bring them back in. My original characters. I do sell my artwork online when I make something to sell. These, unfortunately, none of these are for sale at the moment, but I plan on making more of these trolls at some point. More of the pumpkin imps, more of the little Koroks, which I'm calling tree spirits, basically. And the pumpkins are really easy to make, and the rabbit is one of my favorites, but I would like to make more rabbits in the future. So if you like any of these and you're interested, I'll put my Etsy. You can check out my Instagram as well for all the pictures I share of my work and my toys too. So before I say goodbye to you all today, I wanted to show you my little craft project that I did. And this one I haven't done yet, so I was going to kind of demonstrate how I did these. And what I did was I bought some glow-in-the-dark nail polish. I got this at Dollar Tree of all stores. And they had different colors. I did have an orange one, but I accidentally dropped it and it shattered. So I only have the yellow one. And I got a paper towel here. So I painted the glow-in-the-dark nail polish on the inside of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth on these. And if you expose it to some black light or just light in general, then it glows. And it's pretty cool. But as an added bonus, since they open up, because these were full of Warheads candy, and I got all three of these colors at Walgreens, and I'm sure other stores probably have them too. But I have these little electric tea lights that fit perfectly inside these, and you can see that it's like flickering. It's pretty cool. And then as an added bonus, you can charge that up, and it looks pretty cool. So, and I did the same thing to the orange one. And I've had these battery operated flicker tea lights for a long time, and they've lasted forever. I can't remember exactly where I got them. It might have been Target a long time ago, though. So, but I'm sure you can find something comparable if you wanted to make similar. thing, and before I sign off for the video, I'll turn the lights out and show you what these look like in the dark too. So I have one for the green one, which I haven't done, and they just pop open, and then you lay this flat just like that. And if you need, I have some little cotton swabs. They're really tiny, and I got these at what store was that? I can't remember. It's like a store that we have here that I think it's called Daiso, and it's like an Asian owned kind of Dollar Tree basically, and they have some really cool stuff, but everything isn't $1. Everything is different prices, but cheap. So how I did this was I got some nail polish, and then I kind of just let it drip into the space. I tried glow-in-the-dark paint with these, but the paint was just peeling right off because these are shiny plastic. But if you use this nail polish, you can kind of maneuver it around. And I did about 2 or 3 coats, and you have to let this dry between coats. And sometimes you don't need the cotton swabs, but they are kind of helpful. And because this is wet nail polish, you can kind of drop it in there and it'll just kind of settle into the spaces where you need it to go. And you can use pretty much any glow-in-the-dark nail polish for this. Or even glow-in-the-dark, like model paint would probably work too, because model paints are meant to be used on plastic. Basically you just paint it in there, and it's kind of hard to see, and if you hold it up too long it starts to pool. So you definitely want to leave it flat to dry, just like that. And you would do every single space, both eyes, the nose, and the mouth with this, and you would let it dry, and then you do like a couple more coats. And I didn't really need this today. I was using it on the first one that I made. So obviously, since that has to dry, that's why I made those 2 ahead of time, to give you like an idea of what the final result looks like. And I am pretty happy with how it turned out. I might do another coat on both of those, especially the orange one, because the yellow doesn't show up very well. But if you accidentally get nail polish somewhere you don't want it, you can just use those Q-tips or a paper towel to wipe it off. And you want to make sure you get all the way to each corner and edge. And that's all. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of put the first layer of this in. So, and if you kind of twirl that, it'll help the nail polish come off the brush. And this is something I like, making little craft projects. So this is something I might do more often in my videos, depending on if you guys like to see this kind of stuff. I'd love to hear from you all. Leave a comment if you do like craft projects, and hey, if you make this yourself, I would love to hear how it went. And I'm sure there's other Halloween decorations or toys or candy containers that you could use to do similar things. So if you can't find these, which I did notice, I was at a Walgreens today and they were completely out of these, because I thought about getting a couple more because they're really cheap. They're only, I think, like $1.50, if that. And they are filled with Warhead extreme sour candy, which I tried. I did show these in previous Monster Mash Halloween videos. And I mentioned in one of those how I was going to do a craft project. And I think I said to get your brushes and your glow-in-the-dark paint. So if you were ready for this, I do apologize that the paint does not seem to work. But I got a little bit on that one. So you just wipe it off. Alright. So I got pretty much the first layer. And you'll notice it kind of pools down towards the edges and kind of pours away from the middle area. So that's why you need a couple coats. Because once you get one coat on there, the nail polish will start to kind of stick to itself. And then you put the light in it and you have a nice little Halloween decoration. So I'm going to go ahead and close that up so I don't spill it. And we will put this pumpkin over here to dry. And I hope you enjoyed this video overall. It was kind of all over the place with different toy lines, but that's just how I collect things, and it was kind of a get to know me video. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. And I hope you all have a happy Halloween and don't eat too much candy, even though candy is pretty awesome. And also, if you go out, be safe and just have fun. Happy Halloween, everybody. I love you guys. Bye.